Morning! We're down in the Eden Valley where we've just parked up in Dufton. We've walked through the village, took a left out the village in an easterly direction, and we're now heading for the westerly flanks of the North Pennines and eventually High Cup Gill. It's a bank holiday weekend, so we've had an early start. It's still only 7 o'clock now. From the village, High Cup Gill's about 3.5 miles. We're about a mile in now, so we're plodding on. We want to get up there and get that drone up in the sky. We visited this place over the years a lot of times, but never done a video, so I'm really looking forward to this one. Just me and the rock star. So the first 2.5 miles of the walk is on this track behind me. The pointy hill behind me is Dufton Pike. We're almost at the end of this track where we'll head above the fell wall. There's a lot of sheep about here, so I've got Billy on the lead. Billy's pretty good with sheep. In fact, he's fantastic. The older he gets, the better he gets. But you've still got to be careful, you know, you don't want to be upsetting farmers and that. It's all about respect, I guess, isn't it? We don't have any problem with this as we're sticking to the footpath round High Cup Gill today. Dogs are restricted to footpaths and must be kept on a short lead. No dogs allowed on open access land to protect moorland birds. So when they say open access land, what they mean is most of the grouse moors. It only applies if you've got a dog. You can freely walk on open access land on the moors without a dog, providing they're not shooting, that is. But with a dog, you've got to stick to the green access paths or the footpaths. A couple of years ago, we were up on the Pennines doing the Backstone Edge, which is up there. So far up the track, we got stopped by a gamekeeper asking us where we were going. I told him we were going up Backstone Edge, which had done multiple times with a dog. He says you can't go up Backstone Edge with the dog. I'm like, why? You know, it wasn't even grouse season. And he said that the open access land had been closed. And I says, yeah, but that surely is just like May till August. And he said, no, it's for the next 5 years. So we had to turn around basically. So that's one of the reasons I don't come to the North Pennines anymore. It's a shame really, you know. The sign said to protect ground nesting birds, which I totally respect, but the only wildlife on a grouse moor is grouse. We know what goes on. I ain't green. I've been walking around in the countryside long enough to work out some of these old English traditions need to go. So we're just heading into the glacial valley of High Cup Gill now. Well, unfortunately at the moment there's a big bank of cloud came in over the head of the valley. It's clearing down at the bottom here. I'm almost certain it'll clear up at the top. It's just a case of when. I'm sure the sun will burn it off, but it's still early morning, so we've got plenty of time. We'll just stay here till it does. We can see the head of the valley now, and it is definitely clearing. So look at that, High Cup Nick. What a beauty, eh? Probably one of the best examples of a glacial hanging valley in the whole of the UK. What a beautiful morning. There's the wild ponies over there that roam the moors up here. There's about 12 of them over there, and there's another 2 on the side here. That's Nicole Chair over there, that single pinnacle of rock. I've seen people standing on the top of that. I can only think they must be sick of living, because there's no way I would want to stand on that. What a valley, eh? Look at this rock wall on the other side of the valley, this hanging rock wall. Absolutely beautiful. Just by the side of the rock wall there's a river that runs in, just a little stream. You can actually clamber down these boulders. I'll show you. Not down there. You wouldn't want to go down there. You can actually clamber down these boulders just here and drop into the bottom of the valley. There's a footpath in the bottom there. Just down there, you can drop down there through them boulders. There's a footpath through the boulders and right down the bottom of the valley, or you can stay up on the top here, which I think is what we're going to do. So from the head of the valley we're going to walk around the top, around its perimeter, on the other side, across this little stream first and then onto the footpath over the other side. If you were wanting to go into the bottom of the valley, this is where you go. Just set off down that stream there and there's a path runs through the boulders into the bottom. That's us looking back to the head of High Cup Nick, where we've just came from. That's the other side that we walked up earlier this morning. Panning round into the Eden Valley. The Lake District's just over there. And the How Gills are over here. And behind this hill here, Yorkshire somewhere. We'll carry along up on the top here for a mile or two over this ladder style. Eventually we'll drop down into the valley, across a bit of farmland that's all got accessible paths, and then onto the road for a short while and back into Dufton. It was a high one. I helped Billy down off the top. He would have jumped off the top. I don't like him jumping, it's too high that. You know, he's got long legs, you know, I don't want him hurting himself. So kind of lowered him down, and he'll go down the steps if I keep hold of him nice and gently. The gate, by the way, is locked. From coming over the ladder stile, there doesn't appear to be any sheep in this part of the fell, so our lad's free of his shackles. He's here. As you can see, it doesn't really make a lot of difference whether he's on the lead. I use a bungee strap here, look, bungee strap lead, which is quite handy, attached to my belt. In all honesty, he's been on this most of the morning, but you know, because there was a massive amount of sheep back there, it doesn't really make much difference. As you can see, he walks to heel nearly all the time, so it makes no difference whether he's on the lead or whether he's off. He very rarely exerts himself. He was never learnt to walk to heel. In fact, he was never forced or trained to do anything really. Just picked it all up himself. You clever lad, eh? Clever lad, aren't you? Eh? It's beautiful here. Cotton grass everywhere. Skylark up there somewhere. So from the end of Middle Tongue here, we're going to drop down into the valley. That's Murton Pike over there. We've done that. I'm just looking down Middle Tongue here. There's a load of cows down there. I really don't like cows, so I'm going to keep well to the right of this ridge and keep out their way. I can't believe how quiet it is today. It's about 11:30 now and I haven't seen a soul. Bank holiday weekend. I'm just thinking how busy things are going to be in the Lake District. I did contemplate going to Buttermere today. I was going to do either the Sheepbone Buttress or the ridge up onto High Stile and High Crag, Red Pike, Lincoln Edge. So we'll save that walk for another day when things are a little bit quieter. But just look at this. How beautiful is this? It seems the footpath runs right past the cows, but not for me in the Rockstar, it doesn't. I'm going to take a dog leg and I'm going to go off-piste over there, and I'm going to avoid them. As I said, I really don't like cows. If they'd been belted Galloways or Highland cattle, I wouldn't have even hesitated walking through them. They're the softest breeds I've ever come across, but I don't know what they are, and they're up and they're on the move, so I might just stand here for a minute or two. They've got young ones with them as well, and they're looking at me now. I'm going that way. There's not much on the hills that faze me, you know. Steep ground, crags, rocks, hard ground, bogs, ridges. I'm pretty much cool with everything. But cows, nah, I really don't like cows. I'm going through a minefield of shake holes and bogs to avoid them cows. As I say, if I didn't have a dog I wouldn't be worried, but I know people that's been seriously hurt in fields when they've been trapped by cows. I don't really know why I went out my way to avoid them, because they're over there now and that's the footpath, so I may as well have just carried on. It seems these cows are probably friendly. I don't believe a farmer would put cows in a field or on a fellside that were dangerous to walkers when there was a footpath running through it, but you just never know. They're over there now to the right of me. It seems that they're wanting to avoid me as much as I wanted to avoid them. In doing so we almost bumped into each other, but we're back on the path now. And there's a few sheep in here again. Yeah, you got to give cows respect, especially with a dog. They're very unpredictable. You just do not know what they're going to do. Horses are unpredictable too, but they don't want to kill you. They just usually want to steal your food. So I'm not really afraid of horses. So we're heading for Harbour Flat Farm, which is just over there. The footpath runs through the farm. Once through the farm, we'll meet up with the road, where we've got about 1.5 miles to walk to get us back into Dufton. So I'm going to wrap my video up at this point. We're almost back into Dufton. High Cup Nick, absolutely fantastic, yeah. I hope you enjoyed my walk. It was about 10 mile. If you've not subscribed and you're thinking about it, please do so. Not far away from 500 now, so that's fantastic in just a few months. So yeah, thank you for your support, And thank you for your comments. From me and our Billy, the rock star himself.